Today I'm going to show you a card using a stamp set that's not really intended for Christmas. It's called Daisy Lane. So we are going to use the flowers and the fern for this card. And we're also going to use still scenes. Now this is a Christmas stamp set. We're going to use the snow globe dome and the greeting. So you will need 4 ink pads for this card. So there's Pretty Peacock, Just Jade, Real Red, and Cherry Cobbler. So I'm going to go ahead and start. You'll need your Whisper White card base, and I'm going to fish out the snow globe dome, mount it on my clear block, and I'm going to use Pretty Peacock for this. Just ink that, and I'm just going to stamp it somewhere here. Next thing I'm going to do is stamp the flowers. So you are going to need 2 Cherry Cobbler, 2 in Real Red, and 1 in Just Jade, because we are going to overlap the flowers. So I've already stamped and cut mine and punched out mine, but I need to add the Real Red. Okay, so the Daisy Lane stamp set coordinates with a punch. So I'm going to stamp the Real Red. So I just need 2 Real Reds. Just ink this well. Punch it out. So now we need to overlap the daisies. So you're going to need your glue. So just put a fair amount of glue in there. And then overlap it just a little bit. And then add the last layer. So you see all the petals, different colors of petals, just like that. Do this last one. Now let's put this together. Now going back to the card, I'm going to stamp the sentiment before I stick the flowers down. So I just grabbed the Season's Greeting sentiment, mount it onto my clear block, and I'm going to use the Cherry Cobbler for this sentiment. So just ink this well. I'm just going to center this on the dome. So now I can position the daisies. Gonna put one over here. So I want this to look like a Christmas decoration peeking out of the Christmas tree. So there you go. Now we need to stamp the fern. So I'm gonna grab the fern. And then stamp this in two shades of green. They're Pretty Peacock and Just Jade. So just stamp that. Now there's no coordinating punch or die for this, so you need to fussy cut it. Fussy cut means just cutting around your image. Now here's a cutting 101. When you cut, move the paper and not the scissors, so it'll be easier on your fingers and it'll just cut smoothly. Also, another tip is not to cut all the way where the ink is. So leave a little bit of white space so that it looks more natural this way. So there you go. That's fussy cutting. So I've already done mine. So now I just need to put this, stick this in my card. So I'm just going to insert it in between these two flowers, two daisies. So one will go over here. And the other one right here. The last thing I need to do is, so it looks like a Christmas decoration hanging on a Christmas tree, I'm just going to get my cherry cobbler marker and I'm just going to freehand this. Just gonna freehand a string and a little bow. And there you go. There's our card. Thanks for watching. Happy card making.